Hello, and welcome back to Scholastically Natalie, where we talk about books, writing, reading D&D, and sometimes other things. My apologies if anything sounds super weird. Like I told you last time, my nice little mic stand snapped in half, and so I currently have it standing up in a mug. So if anything sounds weird, that's definitely one part of what's to blame. The second part is that I am recording this on my kitchen counter rather than at my desk, just for a bit of a change of scenery, change of pace, even though we're only like maybe 5 feet away from my desk because, again, one bedroom apartment, friends, it's a little bit small. But we are closer to the wall where my water pipes live, so if you hear anything like that, my apologies. I don't think it'll be so loud that it will get picked up on the mic, though. And I did turn off my fan, so you shouldn't hear that. Also, I will preface this by saying I've been coughing a lot today. I'm trying my best not to. So, my apologies. I'll do my best to either cut it out or mute the mic. But it's just how I'm living today, I guess. Sorry for this both late and or not really on time at all. Video, I don't know what happened to me, but once again, time is a fickle mistress indeed, and I don't know what it is anymore. Also, my period started this week, and that leads me to a whole trend of I really don't want to do anything until it's like midnight. And then we stay up all night, and we wake up super early in the morning and just do it all over again. Good news, my sink drains now. It stopped doing that yesterday. The maintenance man came in and fixed it today, which was very nice of him, and now I can, wash my hands. Not that I wasn't doing that before, I just couldn't do it in the one sink. I have two sinks, so it was fine. I also have gotten more Giant Eagle popcorn because that stuff's amazing. Compared to the Mark's brand, large bag of popcorn versus the Giant Eagle large bag of popcorn, the Mark's brand is saltier and less buttery flavored, while the Giant Eagle brand is more buttery flavored. But if you eat a lot of it, it will mess up your intestines. It's just, you gotta trade off use in moderation. Why am I telling you all of this? Why am I like this? The other thing that wasn't helping me stay on track is that I bought an iPad off of my friend because I wanted to doodle around and procreate with it. And I've been doodling a heck of a lot, and that's what my brain would like to do on its free time. We escaped from that overpowering pull today by already doodling today earlier. So now I'm here, and I'm hopefully on track. We'll see if my brain is functioning enough to be creative. And of course I chose writing because why would I have anything else prepped, Just So, bear with me. This might be another very rambly, very little accomplished video, of many of which you've probably already watched. So, I think we're going to start with a little bit of a read back through the last couple paragraphs, get the vibe of it, see if there's anything else you want to adjust, and then we can continue on. Kine began to move down the alley, skirting chunks of masonry and trash that workers had left behind. He really didn't need to kick someone's potions vial. That would bring the dragons right to him, and as much as he might have complained at the tavern, he didn't actually want a dragon to end his misery. He paused behind the door to the leather workers, wondering if he should grab the set of armor he had always admired through the window. His hand had only brushed the brass knob before he shook himself. Even if the building wasn't collapsed or structurally unsound or the new nesting location of a dragon, it was only hide armor. What protection could it offer from the lightning that the dragons spewed from their maws, or from the claws that could crush buildings? Once he reached the entryway to the street, Kine paused and looked from side to side, sweeping for items or people that would give him away. To the south was an overturned handcart, vials of perfume smashed on the cobblestones, hundreds of conflicting scents hanging in the air, blown every which way by the wind. He could only just pick them up, but in a few minutes he was sure they'd be suffocating the surrounding area. Peeking out from behind the wheel was what looked like a glove that someone must have dropped in their panic, until he noticed the red stain beyond it, creeping through the troughs of the road. To the north was the mouth of the main street, torn banners and flags scattered across the road, rended from their positions by the force of mighty wings. He could already see a massive burn across the plaster front of a cutesy cafe he had taken Myra to last year. It was a scar, dug several inches deep from the sheer force of the attack. In the center lay exposed the bones and sinew of the building, scorched bricks and ashy beams. The window above it had a planter attached to the wrought iron balcony, and somehow it escaped the wrath of what seemed to be heaven itself, while its owner did not. The cheerful pink and yellow flowers almost disguised the slumped and concaved head of their owner, body splayed on the white tiles, slowly turning pink from the red sludge that still seeped from their broken skull. I have gotten so much better at describing gore. Sorry, that was like good job, me. Okay. So. Okay, let's see. He was almost transfixed, moving several steps closer to the grisly site. I forgot how to spell grizzly. Was almost transfixed, moving several steps closer to the grisly site. Stomach churning. Even as he grew close enough to spy the barricaded door at the front. It was held closed by stacked tables and sideways chairs. Though the bell dangling from the door handle was already enough to dissuade him. He wrenched his eyes away from the steadily growing puddle on the balcony, threatening to creep over the ledge and drip onto the street. Instead, looking for the quickest route down the main street. Sorry, I was drinking milk. Oh. Many of the doors were either bolted shut, not either barricaded with whatever the occupants could get their hands on. were forced closed by some sort of destruction on the outside. A particularly unlucky flower shop. A few doors down. Had the sprawling balcony above, bent and twisted until it pressed up against the first floor entryway. It looked like something massive had tried to sit on the railing and instead bent it into a steep arch. Scattered around it were shards of broken pottery, clumps of dirt and red-tinged mud, along with the crumpled and ripped blossoms of the flowers that mean hopeless. I don't want hopeless love. Hopelessness and heartbreak. Amaranthus. Which is the amaranthus? Common name. Okay, it's an amaranth. Some had been ground to a purple paste that smeared across the cobblestones, as if a great crowd had borne over them. Now to double check my grammar. Born versus born. Okay, good. I was thinking the right way. Born. Had a nice little typo there. The main street was full of devastation as far as the eye could see. Flags tangled around and crushed under the what am I thinking of? There's word with great detail. I guess we can say elegant for now. Under the elegant masonry. That had been commissioned from the guild only last year. The swooping arches and wave like ribbons of marble that had danced across the rooftops had been transformed into deadly rain for the civilians below. Gravel spawned from marble dropped on just the right angle was coated the street. It was doubtful Kine would be able to find a path to avoid it. Luckily, it wasn't so thick that it would immediately alert anything. But it wasn't so light that it couldn't trip him up. Oh man, I don't even know what I want to do next. Like, I know what scene I need to be doing, but I want him to get to, like, the middle of the street, and then I don't know, I'm trying to give this, like, an eerie, ghost towny vibe, which I'm not sure if you're quite getting, but I'm hoping you are. My goodness, I have only been having enough brain power in me for, like, a paragraph, which is a little frustrating. But otherwise, I'm gonna fall asleep on my counter, so it looks like we are indeed gonna have to stop here. Oh no, well, we got 2 paragraphs. Though the one was... We're still describing destruction, man. I guess whatever's getting my brain juices flowing. Thanks for bearing with me for this relatively short writing bit. As always, I am grateful for watching, listening, leaving me comments or concerns about the writing, if you have corrections, if you have thoughts, or things that you have enjoyed so far, or even special requests for the next few videos. I would absolutely love to hear them. With that, I am probably not going to fall asleep because what am I if not mildly insomniac? But I will attempt to be productive by either putting away my laundry, I am tired, putting away my laundry, or the, dry stuff that I bought at the store today. So we shall see, and wish me luck on to continuing to be productive this week. Because while that may be a low bar to set, I do struggle to meet that bar sometimes. And I equally wish you a good time, being productive, whether that be doing one thing or many things, or just something that you've been meaning to do for a while and keep putting off. That's me. I just put off everything until I desperately need to do it. So, I hope you will all have a lovely rest of the week and you got something out of this video today, whether it was relaxing, something to fall asleep to, perhaps you even learned something, which would be kind of crazy but nice. And I hope you will now be mildly productive, as I've already said, but I figured it bore repeating. Do something useful for yourself.